Atop the rankings is late round reach around after they take down the Gumby Nation to maintain their perfect record. Devontae Adams earned himself 3 TDs on the day, which is a good thing because Calvin Ridley hurt his foot mid-game and Tyler Lockett had a 40-point drop-off from his output last week. This marks reach around's second lowest score of the season, but all that matters is the dub. Next week we've got the Clash of the Titans as the reach arounds travel to face off against Elastigirl Thick. They'll be reaching around for some points to try and get to 9-0. Next up, we have Elastigirl Thick, who improves their record to 7-1 as they put on a sweater to withstand the breeze in a close contest. Luckily, they've got Russell Wilson and Alvin Kamara on their side because most of the team just didn't come to play this weekend. Amari Cooper earned just a single point with his new rando quarterback, and Andrews missed the mark with just 4.7. They'll need the rest of the squad to pick it up if they want a chance at dethroning the league bullies late round reach around in Week 9. Tough week for the Abraham Sons as their 4-game win streak is snapped by the Red Lightning in dominating fashion. Galladay's hip injury left the Suns with 0 points at their wide receiver 1 spot, and it didn't help that Deontay Johnson sucked Johnsons on Sunday by only hauling in 1 catch. Next on the docket is a showdown with the Fatgrass Fatties and a bounce-back opportunity for the Sons of Abraham. This finna be a breeze sees their 3-game win streak brought to a halt as they just couldn't handle the thickness in Week 8. All 3 of their running backs were kept in check as Leonard could not for net many yards and Zeke was fed an 8-man box all game. Henry was also out here hunting for points and only found 5 of them. Next up is the Gumby Nation, who have the same exact record heading into Week 9. At number 5, we have the Fatgrass Fatties, who won their 3rd consecutive game against the Joestown Kool-Aid Sippers. It was a nail-biting game with a less than 3-point margin of victory, but the Fatties pulled it off with a little help from mid-season acquisition Aaron Rodgers and the mustachioed Mixon replacement Giovanni Bernard, but they'd still like to see more from DJ Moore. The Fatties remain at the bottom of the league in points scored, but have been working their way to the top of the league in record throughout the month of October. Next up is their biggest challenge in a while against the scheming Sons of Abraham. Next in the rankings is the Gumby Nation, who were handily dispatched by late round reach around due to a lack of production across the board. Justin Herbert continued to contribute, but Hilaire, Jay Taylor, Waller, Ronald Jones, and the Browns D all earned just 5.3 or less. They'll be stoked to have Hopkins and James Robinson back next week as they try to contain finna be a breeze. Red Lightning halts their 3-game skid and snatch an unexpected win at the hands of Abraham's Sons to get themselves back to 500. It was Mahomie putting on a show against the lowly Jets that led them to victory, but they got a little help from their special teams with the Colts D and Zerline combining for 28. Their running back situation is a bit precarious, so they'll need to try and make some moves in free agency or get a trade in before the deadline to bolster the roster for a late season playoff push. 1 week after posting the worst results seen since Joe Biden with Cuban Americans, Team Wooker comes roaring back with the biggest week-over-week point turnaround in Huck It Chuck It history, earning themselves the vaunted weekly high-score ducats for the first time this season. They improved to 3-5 thanks to Dalvin Cook's 47 fucking points, DK Metcalf's 34, and Tyreek Hill's 23, and are surely on their way to a salvageable 4-5 season as they face off against the struggling Hambones in Week 9. Yet another week of disappointment for the Joestown Kool-Aid Sippers as they fail to keep it 100 and fall to the Fatties 97-100. Lamar Jackson has not been justifying his 14th overall selection as of late, and they got less than 9 points from their receivers combined, while Curtis Samuel and Mecole Hardman both sat on the bench with 19 apiece, and McLaurin was on bye. Now, with Gaskin's injury, they'll need more out of Le'Veon Bell as he'll be moving to the RB2 spot for the foreseeable future. Next up, they'll try not to get electrocuted by the Red Lightning. Despite giving up and starting 2 inactive players, Show Me Dem TDs earned the win at the hands of the unbelievably bad Hambones. Not much to say here because they didn't even try, but maybe this will convince them that it ain't over till it's over, and they certainly still have a chance at the playoffs if they start only active players and win out. At number 11, we have Elite Skeet, who lost to the high score of the week for the second consecutive time. An extremely frustrating season continues for the Skeet, as their receivers came to play, but their running backs and quarterback did not. Not even sure it would have mattered with their run of bad luck. With their only win of the season coming from the only team worse than them, I'd say their season is just about done for. Damn shame. Last, and also least, we have the pitiful Hamel Hambones, who lost to a team with 2 inactive players. Unforgivable. They have the least points scored throughout the league, and they can't blame it all on Christian McCaffrey either as much as they want to. Their draft was just ass. Now, Kittle's out for the rest of the fantasy season and Josh Allen is regressing. Their season is over just in time for CMC to come back, and I'd say the irony is rather hilarious. No more top 3 picks for the Hambones. Fuck that. For the Hamel Hambones, Joestown Kool-Aid Sippers, Abraham's Sons, Gumby Nation, This Finna Be a Breeze, and Elite Skeet. Take out your Metro cards and get aboard the L train.
Things get sillier and sillier, and then you die.
I don't want to die.
Nobody does. Really. Not such a bad way to go.